So Ben, talk me through yesterday, man. Where did it all go wrong?
Absolute disaster for Preston, really. I mean, just looking at the two team sheets, first of all, it was always going to be a back to the wall sort of game. I mean, looking at your second team, first of all, just the quality blessed throughout that was just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, we of course made changes ourselves, but I mean, coming up against your second team was just. It gave us a bit of a reality check, really. But I thought you guys getting the early goal, accompanied by the red card, I thought the game had gone after that red card, really, and we were never going to get back into it then.
What did you make of the red card? Was it a red card from your point of view?
Yeah, no defending, that sort of thing. Right? It's foolish from him because Alan Brown's normally that sort of level-headed player that you've got in midfield. A little bit of bite normally, but it's not his normal game, and there's no complaint there, though, really. It's a red card every day.
I mean, I was expecting a bit more competition in midfield. I mean, the second and fifth goal was pretty much identical in terms of just strolling through the centre of the park. I mean, is that something that you need to be worried about going into Saturday's game?
I'd hope that the players we bring in for Saturday's game would address that, really. I mean, our midfield like that isn't normally as passive, because that was one of the most disappointing things to see from that game, really. But the two players that were left out from our midfield for this game are John Welsh and Ben Pearson. Both of them are fantastic ball-winning players, and I'd hope that they'd add more competition into that midfield and more of a sort of directness, really, a lot less passive. I mean, playing players like Pringle in the midfield three against you guys was a bit naive and Grayson, really, as we're never going to outplay you, so I'd expect more ball-winning players to play on Saturday, definitely.
And crosses was a problem as well for you guys. I don't think you dealt with that very well. Obviously, it told with the first goal as well. I mean, what was Lindegaard thinking with some of the decisions, really?
No, Lindegaard, where do I start with Andres Lindegaard? In his last two matches, he's conceded 11 goals now, which just paints a picture itself. I mean, he was brought in, of course, this season. He was on loan from us last season. We brought him in on a permanent this season. It's not worked out for him. He's actually been on number 2 for the majority of this season. So I think 100% he'll be dropped for Saturday. After that, Stat conceding 11 in his last 2. But Chris Maxwell will be the keeper coming in. The only thing that worries me with Maxwell is he's not the tallest of keepers and not the best at claiming crosses. He's very good with his feet, but not the best at claiming crosses. So that may be an area that we'll need to address, really.
And then the third goal, obviously the penalty, awful defending, but in your opinion, was it a penalty?
Yeah, I'd say it was a little bit soft, really, but if I was in your position as a Newcastle fan, I'd be claiming for that every day of the week, and it's just those sort of things that happen, really, and it wouldn't have made a difference to the game, but yeah, I'd say it was a penalty, probably.
And from our point of view, obviously, great result. The main thing that I was pointing out to people was that we had our top goal scorer on the bench who scored 11 goals already, and we still managed to score 6 goals against a very good Preston side. So, again, going into this game on Saturday, it must be, very worrying for you indeed.
Yeah, it is. I mean, of course we made changes, but the player you left out there, Dwight Gale, is probably the one that I'm most concerned about going into the game on Saturday, really, as our backline isn't really blessed with a lot of pace, especially our centre-backs that usually play. So a player like that, which is capable of stretching and getting in behind our backline, really is a worry for us. And that's definitely going to be a danger man for you guys, without a shadow of a doubt.
So on Saturday, the game plan's got to change, obviously, from both point of view. How do you guys make the changes to get something out of this?
Yeah, well, first of all, obviously it'll be a personnel change. I expect only one of the players who actually started the game on Tuesday to play again on Saturday, that being Bailey Wright. But as well as a personnel change, I'd expect a system change as well. We've not really been too regular playing that 3-5-2 system, which we played against you guys, but I'd expect us to change it too. It's a bit of a weird one, what Preston play, really. It's sort of like when we have possession, we play a 4-4-2. However, when we're out of possession, we go with a 4-3-3, and in terms of getting something from the match, it'll be our forward 3 who's going to have to, of course, break you down. So most likely that's going to be Callum Robinson, John Hugel, and Aidan McGeady if he is fit. If McGeady is back fit, I think it'll give us a bit of a hope there for really, because he is that added bit of quality that, of course, you need to take down a side like you.
So I'm going to ask you again, put your neck on the line. Obviously, last game you went for 2-1, I went for 2-1, was both wrong. Thankfully, I was right.
Yeah.
He was wrong, but I was happy. I'm the happier out of the two.
Yeah.
What are you going to go with this game?
as much as I'd love to back Preston for this game, and of course knowing that it was two second teams coming up against each other there, just the quality that each individual player possesses for Newcastle, I am going to say, as much as it pains me to do it, I'm going to say 2-1 Newcastle. Although I do think it'll be a much more competitive match.
You're going against your own team. Come on.
And yeah, it's painful. It's painful, but I'm a realistic fan. The one thing I will say though is that to spark this unbeaten run that we obviously went on before you guys to a 7-match unbeaten run, that actually all started from a Brentford defeat when we lost 5-0 to them. So I'm hoping that the 6-0 defeat for you guys will have sort of like a similar effect on the squad, really, but maybe that's just wishful thinking.
Well, at least, you know what, out of the 2 games, at least we've won the one that matters to me, which is the Cup. We're through to the quarterfinals now.
Yeah.
You know, draws tonight as well. Fingers crossed we get someone decent. So that's the one I'm most worried about. Obviously, I want to win both games, and I obviously think we can do. But I'm happy in that respect. So yeah, we'll see what happens on Saturday, man. Obviously, you're going to the game, right?
Yeah, I'll be going.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see what happens, and we'll keep in touch afterwards, and have to do another review of that game as well.
Yes, I wouldn't be able to take another battering. I wouldn't be able to take it.
I'm sure it'll be a lot closer. I'm sure in this one.
I'd say so.
All right. Cheers for joining me, Ben. Thank you very much, mate.
And no worries. Anytime.
Cheers.